welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Nerd. In this episode, we are doing a preview of this year's Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Let's get right into it. I'm Corey Winter. Joining me here for this discussion, we got the team of Jason Summer.
2025.
Cynthia Taylor.
I never know how to follow you.
Yeah. Josh Winter and Christian James.
Did you want your cursor on the screen?
As someone who swears a lot.
So large.
All right, so in this episode, we are talking about the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. This will be our third time going. We've had so much fun the past 2 years, we just got to make it a tradition at this point. So we're going to have the whole team there. Britt will be there as well. She's unfortunately not here tonight. But all six of us going to have some fun. Yeah.
Another important little piece of trivia for this is that this is the 10-year anniversary
This is, yeah.
of the Huntsville Comic and Pop Expo.
Yes.
The title was in there somewhere.
I was-
The words.
I was reading it and still said it wrong.
He was weeding it.
Huntsville Pop Comic
Comic
Culture.
So, yeah.
Don't you squeal at me.
So anyway.
Close my mouth. Huntsville Comic and Pop Expo.
Nope.
I still
Nope.
said it wrong.
Comic and pop.
Pop Culture
Okay.
Expo.
Huntsville.
Huntsville
Set it out.
Comic
Comic
and pop
and Pop Culture
culture.
Expo.
Good job, Jason. Good job.
So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the guests we're excited to see. We're going to be talking about what we as an Eat, Sleep, Nerd team will be doing at the Expo this year. We're going to be talking about some cosplay we want to see, some vintage we want to see, and all that fun stuff. And we have a surprise in store for this year's Expo. We'll talk about that as well. So, going into this event, it's happening April 25th through 27th.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
That
I hope
last
so. That's
weekend-
when I got off work.
All right. Last weekend of April. So it's a little bit later this year, but it actually is the same weekend as Panoply. So if you're not familiar with Panoply, it's the big arts festival that happens in Big Spring Park in Huntsville every year across the street from the Von Braun Center. So it's going to be packed downtown this year. But the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo has actually partnered with Panoply this year. So we'll actually have some bundled tickets if you want to do both.
Bundle
So
tickets.
you can actually get some tickets. They'll give you a wristband. You can enter freely between both events. So all
Funny
that said,
trivia about
What's up?
Panoply.
Point of order.
I won an art contest in 5th grade at Panoply.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
What
Yeah.
was describe your
autograph?
piece of art?
It was a man playing guitar.
all right.
What was
They-
it called?
Autograph for when you make it big.
I think my mom has it somewhere. But yeah, it was on a billboard one time.
Oh,
Really?
snap.
Yeah.
Nice.
How cool!
Yeah. I never saw it. They never really accurately told me where it was. But
On a billboard.
Yeah.
Where? Good luck.
I think it was like in South Huntsville, so no one goes up to South Huntsville. So that's
Oh,
It was on
especially
the-
back then.
It was on
Yeah.
the other side of an Alexander Shannara
pretty yeah.
billboard.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the big thing for us as a team going into this year's Expo. We got swag.
We do.
Swag.
Stuff.
Swag.
Swag, swag,
Whoa.
swag, swag. Swag.
Swag. Swag. Swag.
Is this Oprah?
You get one.
swag.
And
You get
swag. Swag.
Yes.
So we're gonna have at least 1,000 of these wristbands, different colors. Obviously, Eat Sleep Nerd
Collect them all.
colors. We have a Superman one, we have a Batman one, we have a Spider-Man one, Green Lantern one coming soon. We're also gonna be having what else did we say? We're gonna
We
have
said some pens
Some
and some
pens.
bottle openers, maybe,
Sure.
and some lanyards, and maybe we're not just going to have this. We're going to have more.
stickers.
Stickers.
Lots of
Stickers.
So
Lots
many
of stickers.
stickers.
Yes,
Just
Mm.
stick on anything.
right. And the stickers will have a cool QR code, so it'll have you can just scan the QR code and it'll take you to Eat Sleep Nerd.
And then type in your bank information and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing for us this year as a team. We'll be doing a lot more networking.
Yeah.
So it's our local show. If we haven't made that clear, it's our local comic and pop culture expo here in Huntsville. We do the show here in Huntsville. It's a huge show. It's been getting a lot bigger over the years. So it's getting up there. So it's kind of cool to have this one in our backyard. Essentially, it's a whole weekend long. So lots of stuff to do. There's tabletop role playing games, lots of cosplayers, lots of vendors,
Panels.
lots of
Yeah.
panels with celebrity guests that you can also get autographs and photos with. A bunch of other stuff like food trucks and a bunch of cool stuff.
And cosplay. A lot of people
Yeah.
like you've got some amazing local cosplay and you've got a lot of people like just coming from the region. Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, Georgia. It's really a great event. We've got some great guests this year too.
Yeah, and actually just to segue into the guests, so we've actually had a lot of cool people here in Huntsville the past few years. We've gotten to interview a lot of them. So we actually interviewed Omid Abtahi from the Mandalorian show. So he did an awesome interview.
Super cool.
We met Brett Spiner for the first time at the Huntsville Expo. We met William Shatner. Who else do we meet?
Jonathan Frakes laughed with us.
Jason's
With us.
almost recovered.
It hurt so bad.
Lots of
Daddy,
cool people.
why?
We met the guys from Clerks. Did an awesome
Yeah,
interview
yeah.
with them.
They were very
Yes.
They were
cool.
so cool and so chill and a lot of fun.
Kate Flannery.
Kate
Yeah.
Flannery. Christian did an interview with Kate Flannery. That was awesome. Yeah.
She was
It was-
sweet.
She has like an aura about her, like where it seems like if you watch The Office enough, they're like, that's just Kate doing her thing.
Yeah.
And I love that. I wish she'd come back. I wish we got to Oscar too.
All right. So, yes, with the guests, that's obviously one of the biggest draws of the event. So, let's talk about who's going to be there this year. So, I'm just going to pull up the website here. We'll go through them. So, right up top, we got Weird Al Yankovic,
White and nerdy.
White and nerdy
Listen,
Cynthia.
you don't want to get me started. This is from such a place of love, by the way, but you don't want to get me started. We're seeing him.
Yeah.
Are
at
we
the
seeing him in Huntsville or Nashville?
Huntsville.
Huntsville?
At the Orion Amphitheater.
Okay,
I was
in
gonna say, if you
July.
weren't seeing him in Huntsville, that'd be really possible.
Whenever someday when we do my nerdy origin story, like 99% of it, I will somehow make about Weird Al.
Sure.
Like,
Checks out.
I just need you to know that was one of the ultimate beginnings. I've met him twice. Super, super awesome, down to earth, very, very sweet guy.
Maybe a third time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Well-
was listening to him when I was in second grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in 1977.
1909, is that what someone said?
That was in the late 1900s. That was in the last millennium. But yeah, he's been
Ooh.
around and he's still going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing TikTok
TikTok.
before TikTok was a thing.
Well,
mean, honestly.
he went on what was supposed to be his final tour in like 2015, 16, and now he's gone on like 3 more tours since then, and now we're seeing him on tour in July. Like, dude won't quit.
Can't stop, won't stop.
It's the best.
All right. We also have Ernie Hudson, famous as a Ghostbuster. We'll definitely want to meet him, right?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
an awesome one.
If you wanted to, yeah.
A bunch of people. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but Priscilla Presley. That's Elvis Presley's daughter.
It
right?
is.
It is.
Yes. Yep.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Woo!
That's an awesome one, right?
Sabrina?
Nice. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
We got William Shatner back. I didn't think he was going to do this
Bill.
one again, but he's back.
Yeah.
Bill.
He loves Huntsville.
Denny Gray.
Friday and Saturday only. Who else we got? Anybody that you guys are excited about?
I mean, you got Jasmine. like,
Elizabeth Berkley.
oh yeah, Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario Lopez,
Let's see here.
Tori Spelling.
So there are a lot of voice actors that
Tons
I'm
of
not
voice
familiar
actors.
with this year. And this is a big voice actor year.
Yeah, it is.
Now I will say there's the voice actors are from shows that I grew up with. BJ Ward, Neil Ross, Michael
Bell.
Michael Bell. These were Voltron characters. Like when I was in, like 84, 85, these are iconic characters that I grew up with. So
I
that's
just don't
really
know their
cool.
names and faces.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know them, but it's very cool.
Oh, Nick Pauley, who did the Deadpool dance in Deadpool
Yeah.
Wolverine. So he's been kind of a pop culture hit.
Phil Lamar,
Kind of excited about Phil Lamar.
right?
Okay.
Me bandwidth.
Yeah, he played Hermes
Excellent.
in Futurama.
That's
Also,
right.
it's gonna rain.
I
want
did
this
not
dog?
realize that was him. But
Yes.
definitely yes.
And Samurai Jack.
Yeah, right. I
Which
didn't
is
know
so
that was
cool.
Samurai Jack. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. My name is Earl / View Askew.
Yeah,
People.
Jason Lee,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Presley, Eddie Steeples, Vincent D'Onofrio.
That's a big one. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah. We also got, there's a few more big ones down here.
Uh,
Oh,
Denise-
Walter Koenig.
If you go up, Walter Koenig. I think it's a Koenig. Or
I have no
Koenig?
idea.
Denise Crosby, who was
Yeah,
in the
it's
first
tricky.
season of Star Trek: The Next Generation. She also came back to play her own daughter, Sela. Anyway,
A
in,
Romulan.
in the Next Generation as well as a
Romulan.
Romulan and human hybrid.
Same
Right.
haircut.
Tons of comic book artists and writers. So if you're into comic books and stuff, there's probably a bunch of names on
Yeah.
here that you would be excited to see. But we also have
Billy Zane!
Billy Zane.
The greatest Lex Luthor we never had.
I want to talk to him about the Phantom. Like we need.
Okay, dude, the Phantom was okay.
Yeah.
Like it was actually pretty solid.
It just was in the wrong time
It
period.
was
Yes.
15 years too early.
Like the
Yes.
Shadow. It was like right in the same time frame
Ooh,
as
the
the
Shadow.
with Alec Baldwin. It was Aaron Gray, another character, another actress I grew up with from Buck Rogers
Okay.
in 1980s series.
And the
Great,
24th
great.
half century.
That's right.
You're so old.
Yeah.
You might not recognize the name, but I'm sure you recognize the face. Lou Diamond Phillips. He's in
I know Lou
everything.
Diamond.
Everything.
Phillips, yeah.
Everyone knows
Rose
Lou Diamond
McGowan.
Phillips.
Bunch
Booker
of
T.
bunch of wrestlers again. Booker T. Yep.
I'm probably gonna see Booker T. Yeah.
I
One
was
of
gonna say
my
I'll go with you
favorites,
and meet Booker T.
Felicia Day.
Huntsville native.
I always forget that.
Yeah.
She is from Huntsville.
Mhm.
You're right. And I'd say,
I've always wanted to meet her.
and David Morrissey from The Walking Dead fame. So, yeah, bunch of awesome people.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, I noticed there's a lot of like non in front of the camera people this year. You got a lot of supporting or you got a lot of voice actors. You got a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Which I think is important to remember that you don't have these really cool shows without these people. They're significant. So I think that's really cool. That kind of seems that's where the focus is this year.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So, out of all those people, who are we most excited about? Weird Al.
Always and forever.
Who are you?
I'm gonna say Bill again.
Yeah.
I hope to get to talk to him a
So they
little
have
bit.
confirmed no plexiglass this year for Will Shatner.
Correct.
So you can actually,
I was gonna
talk
say
to
I
him.
got the picture last year. It was fine. Like he was.
Look at
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I got a solo one with Bill. And I mean, like it was still really good. Like he was as nice as he possibly could be through a protective barrier.
Yeah.
Like Naj when he came up, he's hey, and so. But I mean, like it's just that was a bummer, and they didn't really advertise it beforehand. So that was a lot of people taken by surprise, I think. So no, I'm excited. I'm gonna get another picture with him this year, and hopefully we're gonna say Denny Crane at the same time.
We were
So-
talking off camera. We think he'll be very excited to have someone that's not there for Star Trek.
Which don't get me wrong, like obviously love Star Trek,
Yeah.
but like that's not what I know him as. Like that was you guys got to remember. Like I've only been trekking for like 4 years, like 3 or 4
Mhm.
years, like at most.
It took a while to bring him
I
on
think
board.
really
Yeah.
2 years. Like
Yeah,
it's been
like-
since
Yeah,
the
it's
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, and
but,
so
but then you came hard. You're just like,
Yeah,
Star
just like,
Trek.
well, I guess I got to watch all 4,000 hours
Right,
of Star
exactly.
Trek.
Yeah.
And so no, but like what I grew up with William Shatner on the television for was Boston Legal, which by the way is one of the greatest shows of all time, and not enough people have watched it. It's on Hulu. But yeah, like to me, he's Denny Crane. So I don't know.
And he's like you're saying, he's done a lot of other work besides Star Trek.
Yeah, he has
So
worked his
possibly what he
entire
did,
life.
T.J.
Yeah.
Hooker he did Rescue 911. He did. He was the bad guy in I think Loaded Weapon, the Lethal Weapon parody.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah. He was the
Basically, he
MC
played himself.
for Miss Congeniality.
Yeah.
That's how I know him.
Yeah, he had a role in a Twilight Zone episode. You've always heard it.
Yeah,
There's
the
something on the
airplane.
wing,
Yeah.
something with the gremlin. So it's not just Star Trek. He's had a really amazing go through from the 60s on, honestly.
Like the dude never quit working.
Yeah.
Like he's awesome.
And he's been to space,
He's been to space.
like literally.
I haven't
Oh,
been
yeah.
to space.
Christian, who are you most excited for?
Oh man, I mean, I guess it's kind of in between Elizabeth Berkley and or Phil Lamar,
Mm.
Are you gonna get her to sign your Showgirls poster?
maybe.
Are you gonna get
You have
him
a
to sign your
Showgirls
Showgirls poster?
No, I don't have one.
Okay.
But I mean,
you got
as,
time.
as you were talking about, like she's done more things,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yet some things may outshine the other ones. But I watched Saved by the Bell for
yeah.
the longest.
Yeah.
Like even it was just like this background noise, and
Oh,
Just
dude,
the-
yeah, it's a
That
everyone-
comfort
damn
show.
ephedrine addiction she had.
Yeah.
I
And I was
mean,
about to say,
geez,
like,
yeah.
everyone remembers, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
And she couldn't hide it.
And she couldn't hide it. She got caught.
Jason, who are you most excited for?
I'm kind of torn. I've got 3 that I'm excited for: Phil Lamar, Vincent D'Onofrio, and you just said him,
You're not that excited.
William Shatner.
William Shatner. Yes,
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
You forgot William Shatner's name?
So you met him last year, but
2
that
years
was
ago.
mostly about
2 years ago.
God, was it really?
Yeah,
Yeah. But that was mostly about you were getting him to sign something for your mom, weren't
yeah,
you?
yeah,
Yeah.
He was. So first of all, he was super cool. He was super nice, and he loved the fact that he was signing something for my mom because it was for her birthday. It says "Happy Birthday."
Tell me about your mom.
Yeah, no, he did not say that. Stop it.
Got any pictures?
But yeah, and so now this one, when I go meet him, it'll be more for me. So
No, I get it. Yeah.
And
Corey?
I'm most
Yeah.
excited for Felicia Day, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
I've
She's on my
accepted
list
that.
of I would marry if she gave me the offer. So
Wow. You already got the date.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
we've,
to-
we've
is
got
Felicia Day already married?
we've got the venue.
So you're saying I've
Got
got a
everything.
chance.
So you think there's a
Yeah,
chance.
1 in a million.
She can just take my place. Like
I love how you've just like given in. to this.
2.5
You're just like,
months away, but she can just take my place. She can't take the ring. She can take my place.
love you.
Uh-huh.
it's the second time you've mentioned the ring. I'm kind of worried about where you're really at with this whole wedding thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Kind of
that
feel
was
protective
nice.
about Corey, and I may have to like step in between.
I'll also add probably number 3 would be Booker T.
Booker T.
That was set. Me and my brother were such like wrestling fans back in the day. And there's been like wrestlers there before. I met Mick Foley
He was cool.
last year,
2 years ago.
2 years
2
ago.
years ago. Yeah.
What did we do last year?
Oh
Last
my
year
God.
was kind of was not a good. It was a fun year, but we didn't do as well.
Oh,
As
I
we did
wanted
the year
to see Trish
Interesting.
Stratus last year.
Yeah.
I saw her walk past me.
I was gonna say she was not
Yeah.
at her booth a whole lot.
Yeah.
Now, you guys did well with the Office crew.
that was
last year was the Office people.
Got
we
it.
had Brandon Routh. We had the Bluey voice actors. We had Steve
Oh,
from Blue's
yeah.
Clues.
That's right.
We had Steve Downs from Halo.
We had Jonathan Frakes.
Bro, like it wasn't even personal. Like you've taken this to heart and like
No, let me tell you how this went.
That's his man, though.
I thought we agreed to never say this on the podcast.
No. No, he was cool. It was really a big deal meeting him, and if he ever comes again, I absolutely will meet him again. He was, I've never been giddy about an actor before, and I never thought I'd be giddy, and I was giddy about Jonathan Frakes. So if he comes back, I will absolutely meet him and get another autograph and another picture with him.
As we were saying, it's gotten really big. And last year, there was a lot of complaints that it was real packed. Like
It was.
It was real
sucked.
let's be super clear here. It factually was.
And really, if they just managed the traffic better, I think.
No, I think it was literally just the volume of people.
Just too
I don't
many-
know what you could have done any
Okay.
different.
Yeah,
Well,
those
it'll-
little lines on the ground did nothing.
It'll definitely be better now that it's combined with Panoply.
Right? And the Monster Truck Expo.
So you guys are kind of walking all over my little segue here. They're adding 30,000 feet of extra space.
Okay,
they're,
nice.
They're adding
Oh.
a second hall. So
Okay.
Okay, good.
That helps.
So yeah, the guests will actually be separate from all the vendors and stuff. So it's not.
So they have a
that's
vendor
cool.
room and a guest
yeah,
room.
that
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how Dragon Con did it.
Yeah.
Like the guests had their own.
Well, I mean, I guess up until
Winged.
last year, it wasn't big enough to do that.
No,
And
Britt can speak more on this, but apparently when you rent spacing like this, you rent it for years at a time.
Yeah.
And so the expo has grown, but when the contracts were signed under the assumption and the guesswork of how many people would be coming, we've exceeded that. We've gone beyond it.
Yeah.
So this year it was always going to be more space, but because we kind of packed out last year, it just feels like it was well timed.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was saying like he has to sign for these things. Jeremy, the guy who runs it,
Like 5 years.
Like
I think
3 or
it's
4
usually
years
like that.
ahead.
Usually
yeah.
like 5
Wow.
years.
Yeah. So you just sign for it and you hope that you get big enough to need it.
Well, the expo's certainly growing. It's it's definitely becoming its own.
Oh, dude, it's one of my
Something,
favorite
yeah.
favorite events of the year now.
Yeah, I've been so excited about this. Like as soon as they set tickets on sale, I was buying.
Yeah, you bought your ticket first. I remember that.
Yeah, I was very excited. They also, since it's the 10-year anniversary, they're not only doing a shirt or a baseball jersey this year. I guess the first year that we went, it was a hockey jersey.
Hockey jersey. Yeah.
And they've done baseball jerseys 2 years in a row. And this year, the baseball jersey, I guess they've actually partnered with the Huntsville Trash Pandas. So there's a Trash Panda patch on the jersey.
That's cool.
But they're also doing 10-year challenge coins. So they've got 2 challenge coins that are coming with that you can get.
Huh.
What's the challenge?
So what?
What's the challenge?
Well, the challenge coin is like do you know how challenge coins works?
Hand-to-hand
Okay,
combat
all
with
I'll show
Jeremy.
it
You have to-
Most of the time, it's like, oh, you're with the Huntsville Palm Cup. Never mind. I'm not gonna say
Ba, 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 ba,
Just say
ba,
the
ba.
Expo. Jesus Christ.
It's not like it's on a 50-inch TV a foot in front of you.
Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo.
There you go.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
First try.
So yes, they're actually sold out as of this recording of the VIP
VIP tickets
packages. So there's no more jerseys available, unfortunately. But obviously, all normal tickets and weekend passes are still available. So if you have not gotten your ticket yet, do it now before prices go up. I think they go up one more time before the event. So now, all of that said, there's a bunch of cool vendors at the show every year.
Vendors.
So anybody that we're excited to see again, Helmet Guy.
Helmet guy.
Helmet guy's the best.
Helmet guy.
He's been there 2 times in a row. That dude is tall, first of all. I'm short.
It's
I know
also-
I'm short.
It's also super talented, makes amazing gear.
No. But I mean, I'm like, this dude is tall. But like, because like he actually sat down for an interview one year, I think, for us. But yeah, no, he makes all these really cool helmets that have everything to do with the nerd culture. Halo,
yeah.
Star
Helldivers.
Wars. Yeah.
Helldivers.
Yeah. And he makes and they're great. What else?
He really is like 6'6", 6'7", though. Like
He's
he
a
is
really
he is-
nice guy too.
It's I
Super
just
nice.
I don't think that's the first thing I would tell people, but yeah, he's very tall.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But he's super nice. What else did we have? We got
The Deep comic book
Yeah, the
store is
Deep,
usually
mhm.
there.
mhm,
They were awesome. They interviewed with us last year. Bunch of other comic book sellers as well. Action figures, usually bricks and minifigs is there.
Bricks and minifigs.
Maybe who are the Trooper Coalition?
501st.
That's always there.
501st,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 501st hangs out.
Usually puts Brit in jail.
I was gonna say the Mandalorians are always there.
Yep. They've got a pretty good showing. You're right. I mean, if you're looking for it in the nerd culture, I mean, I was surprised what I could find. My nephew loves a show or a game called Undertales.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with this?
We talked about last year.
But it's like an 8-bit. It's a new game, but it's 8-bit, and it's really more for middle schoolers. Like he had me play it. I'm like, this is a middle schooler type humor type game. But somebody was carrying stuff for Undertales. So my guess is if you're looking for something that you enjoy that is relevant to you and your nerdism, you're gonna find a vendor that's gonna have it there.
Yeah.
I'm excited because this will be my first year going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were supposed to go last year, but you backed out.
Loser.
No, I wasn't.
I think you had like a competition or something.
That's what I'm saying.
I had a job that I had to do that I was being paid to do.
Loser.
I mean, it's not that much money.
Hey, you know
Yeah,
what? This is a 3D loser. Any way you look at it, still a loser.
Dang.
And then something we have not really gotten into our past couple of times there. They have a tabletop room,
They do.
which I think Josh is probably going to want to make us do this year. Yeah,
How
Josh,
you doing, buddy?
you okay over there?
Fine.
So anyway, they have an entire room of tabletops where you can actually come in and just tabletop game with other people. So I'm sure they have Warhammer.
They do.
What else they have?
No, I mean it's split up. They have lots of miniatures games, lots of 40K, lots of the Civil War one. I can never remember what it's called. It's always very old guys playing that one, but like it's kind of cool.
Well, they're from the 1860s.
and then they have at least as many tables set up for like RPGs, so like Dungeons and Dragons and
Ripikazoo.
mhm.
Yep.
And I think they're also. I think I was reading something on the Facebook group. where they're going to kind of do like what Dragon Con did last year, where they're actually just going to have a huge section where you can come just pick out a board game and just sit down at a table and play it.
Sweet.
So that'd be a cool thing.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
I do love like too expensive board games.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they're super complicated and they're super robust, and they're usually like $100 for a board game.
Yeah.
But those are always the coolest ones. But it's like you never play them because I don't want to drop $100 on a board game.
Sure.
But
You
you
know?
do. So
No,
you do, but you don't.
I don't.
Yeah, but-
So that's why
Right.
that's why this would be fun.
But you would if it was cheaper.
I would.
Right.
I would.
Got it.
And then the last thing we'll talk about, the cosplayers.
Yeah.
Cosplayers.
So lots of cool people always show up every year. You guys talk while I pull up some photos from the past couple of years.
You know, it's always interesting because it's always you would think that people would cosplay more of known characters, but actually in Huntsville, there's a lot of people that make their own cosplay app.
Yeah.
They make their own characters, have their own backstories. It's I feel like it's kind of more interesting that
It's
way.
a love story
Yeah.
to what's important to them.
Exactly.
It's not going to be the most popular. It's going to be what's the most influential in their lives.
That's so good.
Furries.
So last year we saw this guy. I think
What's wrong with you?
Dialect Supreme, I think is the character.
Yeah.
name.
Dalek. Yes.
It was actually motorized. It had the voice modular, so like it actually
Exterminate.
straight out of the show. It was
Exterminate.
awesome. Some other cool people. People do custom characters,
Yeah,
which
they
I was
do.
not aware of.
Yeah.
But we met this awesome person. This is a character they made themselves. They gave an awesome interview. So if you actually go find that compilation video where we put all of our interviews together, they did an awesome one where they actually talked about how they made their costume. But we also have common characters too. So we have Harley Quinns.
Who?
We have Luigi's with their canine Luigi, I guess Mario companions. Look at that.
Aw.
Such a good
Pet
boy.
Luigi.
Look at that good boy. We have some
The
awesome
best
Star Trek
Tindy
cosplay.
ever.
Yeah.
Listen, I could kill that cosplay. I wouldn't even have to wear a wig. Like I could
You can
You
do it.
could, actually.
do it so well.
Do it.
Look at him. He's like, yes, you
Do
will
it.
do it. Yes.
Are we cosplaying this year?
Paint me green.
Paint me like one of your green girls.
This is the helmet guy. This is the helmet
this-
guy.
Helmet guy.
How'd you
That's-
figure that one out? There's nothing telling us this is the helmet guy, Jason. I really am not sure where you're getting this from.
Is the helmet guy in the picture right now?
He's not in the picture.
Are you,
Oh,
are
okay.
you
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
the helmet guy right now?
Cynthia. Get out.
So the detail of his helmets is awesome. So I actually have like the Dead Space helmet,
Those are
some
crazy.
Hell Divers. Is that Hell Divers?
That is also Hell
Hell
Divers.
Divers.
Dun 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 dun.
Thank you guys.
Dang, those are awesome.
But he also had a bunch of other.
Yeah, they are awesome.
like Halo, bunch of this cool stuff.
Hello.
I'm super excited for vendors. Like I'm super excited
Roger,
for
Roger.
all of it, but I'm really excited for the vendors and the cosplayers.
There's Britt.
Brits and Dale.
Where she belongs.
Random spider people.
Yep, that's a
Spider-Man.
it's like a Miles Morales type
Yeah,
costume.
that's when I got tired and I
Thorough.
just left the building and went outside.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. There's a dude in there.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
There's a dude in there.
We interviewed them. So yet again, that is on that interview video. We had a
Doctor
Doctor
Strange?
Strange.
Yeah.
That was his first costume.
First costume ever.
Dang.
He looks a lot like Benedict.
you can do
Crinkle-
this. You can do
Butternut crinkle fries.
That's what I was trying to say.
this. Benadryl,
Benedict Cumberbatch. This is
That
cool.
guy-
That's
he
awesome.
was
That's
awesome.
neat.
He was awesome. He did like a different cosplay every day, and they were all this good.
Obviously, you got to have some Master
Hollow.
Chiefs there. This guy was also in the 501st. So like he was also dressed up as a.
Spent
Mandalorian?
a lot of time in armor.
Yeah.
Was he also tall?
Yeah, he was tall to begin with, and then the boots added like 4
5
inches,
inches,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Corey was crotch
I did
level.
an interview with him. So that's in the video
Oh,
as
that's
well.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was that clip in the opening.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
because I saw you looking at somebody. else.
like he was
Oh.
looking. He was looking that dude in the belly button the whole time.
Was this the funeral mark?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did something really sweet last year. They had one of their members of the 501st had passed away.
Not the 501st, the Mandalorian crew.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
Not
a lot,
the same
lot of
order.
crossover, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And-
literally the dudes go back
They
and
did.
forth.
They
but
did a mart of Mandalorians and 501st, right?
I don't know if the 501st
Was it
participated.
just
It was just the
Mandalorians? Okay.
Mandalorians.
And they did a march around the event hall, and it was really kind. that they did that.
It was a lot of them. There was
Yeah.
like 50 of them.
Yeah.
Walking around.
So-
It was cool.
So there's a lot of heart that can go into these expos as well. So it's amazing. One of the things that I picked up from it was you have a collection of people from all these different walks of life, and all these different classes of existence, and they all come together and they're happy to be with each other. And they find a collection of people they're like each other, and it is you can feel just a really accepting environment.
Yeah.
And it's a really wonderful experience. And I've never felt that in my life. And that's why I want to keep going back.
Mhm. So this will be the first expo that I've been to in almost a decade. Like the last one I went to was Lexington Comic-Con in like 2016. I don't think I've even told you about this. I went to Lexington Comic-Con in 2016. Secrets. And it was the first and only one of these expos I've really, well, that's not true. It was the most recent expo I've been to, and it was just so great. It was the first time that I really saw like a bunch of cosplayers. It was an amazing River Song cosplayer that I remembered a decade later. I saw Karen Gillan there. That was awesome.
That's cool.
It was great. Things I had never heard of, things that I then got interested in. But the only other like expo sort of thing I've been to is I went to a Star Trek convention in Riverside, Iowa. That was awesome. I have a picture at the statue, like the monument of the birthplace of James T. Kirk.
That's what I was going to say. Isn't that where Kirk is from?
Yes, it is. There's a literal monument in Riverside, Iowa. Anyway, but
Road
I
trip?
haven't been to one of these
No.
Road trip?
No.
in almost a decade, so I'm super
That's
excited because it, like you said, like I remember the feeling of being in that event
Yeah.
center, and I've never found anything like it again. So it's gonna be
It's
fun.
special.
to go back.
It's really special.
Go to your local con, guys.
So, tips going into this expo if you've never been before. Bring lots of water.
I was going to say hydrate.
Snacks.
Sit down when you can.
Mhm.
Park as close as you can and carpool.
Yes.
Because especially with Panoply this year, there's going to be some parking issues probably. They'd say they're working on it, but I mean, there's
Well,
only
we had
so many parking
Panoply
spots.
last year, so it's always parking issues. It was the same year.
Yeah, anytime you're downtown.
It's Huntsville, Alabama. There's always parking.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Bring snacks or bring like camping snacks and whatever. That just throw them in your backpack because they're not going to make you buy food there. So, and the food is expensive because it's an expo.
It's pretty
So-
good, though.
It is good. It's excellent, but it's
Funnel cake
expensive.
slapped.
Get a little burger, little hot
You
dogs.
can't go wrong with funnel cake, though.
I mean, it's
Funnel
fried
cake
sugar.
fries. Have you
Like,
had
it's-
funnel cake fries?
How can you go wrong?
Anyway, so
And if you see us, please come say hi. We're going to be wearing our Eat Sleep Nerd polo shirts, the black ones from last year. I'm sure some of us will be wearing our Eat Sleep Nerd jerseys, the hockey jerseys. They're big, bright, and red. They have our logo on the front.
I will be topless.
Okay. That's a choice.
Josh
is
is
a
feeling
Well,
good. Josh is feeling good in the
we'll
last couple
paint
months.
you.
That's good. I'm
We'll
happy
paint
for him.
you red.
Yes.
I'll be painted red. I'll be painted.
Also, we're trying to get. I think we can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the Panoply and Panoply events.
Bold, but I love it.
I think we can do it.
If everyone that gets a wristband subscribes,
Yeah.
there you go.
I think we can do it.
Share us with your gran.
Yeah, we're fun. You know, we're
Call
fun.
your
If you already
grandmother and
subscribe-
We're fun,
share
I
this.
promise.
So one of the best things I did was I went through all of my friends on Facebook and I just blasted an email or a messenger.
Blasted my friend.
It's just a
With
little,
with
it's
an
just a little friend
email.
blast.
I was just like, hey guys, listen, and we jumped by what 15 or 20.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, but it was the most that we had at the time.
Yeah.
So if you think we're good enough, share us like that. Just be like, hey, these guys are fun.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
On that note, we'll see you at this year's Expo. April 25th through 27th. It's a Friday through Sunday, so we'll be there probably every single day at some point. At least some of us will. So, all that said, thank you for tuning in. If you have not already, subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/@eatsleepnerd. If you're on the go, we also post most of our videos as audio formats on our podcast feeds. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, Eat Sleep Nerd.
Say podcast again.
I wasn't the one who said it.
Like on this video, comment, go watch the rest of our videos, and share us with your friends and family. That goes a long way in supporting this channel. So, who wants the final word?
Me.
Cynthia, she raised her hand. Sorry.
Favorites.
3 things nerds should be doing before they meet us
I'll
at this
marry
year's
you.
Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo.
Eat, sleep, I hit my face on it.
Nerd.
Easy, people.
Screwed up that Doppler effect, did you?